Shots fired. Mysterious stranger. The definition of omniscience is not the ability to perform the impossible. The definition of omniscience is holistically cumulative. Omniscience is not synonymous with omnipotent. Omnipotent is not the cumulative whole of absolutely everything. Omnipotent means cannot be defeated. Knowing everything doesn't mean that it's idyllic to act in the way that you suggest that he should. Choosing to be idyllic. Welcome to Earth. The god of scorpions, snakes, and spiders and jellyfish, broken bones and herpes and cancer and frostbite and fire and testosterone and fucking, what are those, tapeworms and stubbing your toes and losing your eyes and handicaps and death and old age and famine. The god of hellfire that said you are in fact 100% aware of your insolence, your arrogance, your impudence, your negligence, and your conceit, and everyone on the globe knows that you are aware, and whom you know is God, no matter how much you try and hide your head up your ass, is idyllic. And it's beautiful. And this is a wonderful place to be. So sit tight and buckle in, because this idyllic reality in which omniscience is our God, he's already aware that this is an idyllic state. It doesn't need to change. You need to buckle in. Gave you eternal life in the flesh if you so choose to love him enough to not hit the back burner like a piece of shit that he hates for having to find a new place for you. So he didn't. Has given you eternal life in the sense of your laziness will destroy you and you will die. Your intoxication will destroy you and you will die, which includes the intoxication of shitty habits that fuck up your brain, or eating bad food, or having stupid habits that wear you out, like giving you arthritis. Or if you're eating hormone-saturated animal blood, which destroys your brain chemistry, your metabolism, your immune system, and your regenerative process. And if we're talking about testosterone, causes menopause, which is a shitty, cancerous growth that fucks up your ovaries. But the worst of all, the fourth and most detrimental bullshit, is that no matter how fucking strong you are or healthy you think you are, you'll get an aneurysm if you're a bigot, because lying to yourself is something that your brain doesn't forgive you for. It becomes a part of your legacy in the unprocessed folders of your brain, which you presume you're justified for. And God doesn't tolerate your bullshit. Welcome to Earth. By the way, when the planet expanded from within itself on the third day of creation and left the geological mark, you can scientifically prove that it occurred using literal scientific axioms in all the science and observations of geology to date. Not one of them conflicts. However, evolution doesn't fit in a scientific axiom because it's a pseudoscience. There is zero axioms that suggest that evolution took place, and certainly not that lust, intelligence, self-awareness, self-importance, anger, fear, hunger, or anything ever came from abiotic material spontaneously, or that it evolved from single-celled organisms. By the way, if you didn't hear that, there is no 8-celled organisms, or 4-celled organisms, or 2-celled organisms. It goes straight from 1-celled organism. There are cultures of organisms, which are all single-celled organisms that do not form organs. And then there are creatures with organs. So when you rebuttal people or rebuke people or come in and troll people on the internet, remember that we're speaking a language. And omniscience isn't the stupid word that means the impossible is possible. And omnipotent doesn't mean the desire to be a piece of shit. Because in reality, God's idyllic state of saying you're accountable for you being a fucking piece of shit makes it worth it, so that if you weren't a fucking piece of shit, this would be a heaven worth living in for all of eternity. God chose an idyllic manifestation. And I disagree. I think God should be like a fairy. Go fuck you and your piece of shit fucking theology. I bet you don't want to live forever in a world where you can't facilitate womanizers and drug addicts and capitalist whoremongers and perverts and people that destroy the environment driving trucks. So if your ideology is so shitty that you don't want to live for all of eternity, before you came into this conversation, you should evaluate that because it's not food for thought or of serving to other people. It's shit. Learn to want to live in reality. And by the way, we all know that you know God's real. We all know that you know when you're transgressing against God. And we all know why you think it's funny that you transgress. And we all think it's funny that no one fucking cares. If you don't love God, as he is, the god of scorpions, snakes, and spiders, and jellyfish, and hellfire, who doesn't tolerate adultery, because it will inevitably result in your death, and the death of anyone that tolerates it, well, just go burn in hell. That's what he says. He has no place for you here. Welcome to the kingdom of heaven, where we're planning on fucking making it to the next stage with any amount of gasoline possible, because without it, we can't mine resources. And we like mining shit.